Whispers of Night, Chapter 11, The Heart of the Citadel. The citadel did not open like a door. It unfolded. Stone split into shifting layers of black glass, revealing corridors that seemed carved from night itself. The air inside was colder than death, yet it pulsed, as if the structure had a heartbeat buried deep within its bones. Lira hesitated at the threshold. Behind her, the city still trembled under the widening fracture in the moon. Ahead, something worse waited. Kale stood slightly behind her now, no longer blocking her path, but no longer leading it either. That silence between them felt heavier than the oracle's words. The oracle stepped forward first. Of course he did. The inner citadel does not welcome hesitation, he said softly. It remembers it. Lira frowned. What does that even mean? But no one answered. The moment she stepped inside, the world changed. Sound vanished. Not faded, erased. Even her breathing felt distant, like it belonged to someone else. The hallway stretched endlessly ahead, lined with tall mirrors embedded into the black stone. Except they weren't mirrors. They were memories. Lira saw herself in one, kneeling in a throne made of bones. In another, her eyes completely silver, staring down a burning kingdom. In another, she was smiling while Kale lay broken at her feet. She stumbled back. What are these? The throne's possibilities, the oracle replied. Kale's voice was low. Don't look at them too long. Too late. One mirror flickered. And Lira saw something that made her blood freeze. Not a future. A truth. A version of herself standing alone in a dead world, with the hollow king's crown resting on her head. She pulled away sharply. That's not me. The oracle watched her carefully. Not yet. Kale stepped forward abruptly, breaking her line of sight with the mirrors. Stop feeding her visions, he snapped. A faint, almost tired expression crossed the oracle's face. I'm not feeding her anything, he said. The citadel is. The corridor shifted. The mirrors dimmed. And the path ahead opened into a vast chamber. At its center stood a throne. Not made of gold. Not stone. But something that looked like solidified shadow wrapped around light. It pulsed slowly, like it was breathing. Alive. Waiting. Lyra's legs refused to move. I won't sit on that, she whispered. The oracle's voice softened. You say that as if you are being asked. The ground trembled again. A distant roar echoed through the citadel walls. The Hollow King was closer. Kale moved beside her. For what it's worth, he said quietly, you don't have to become anything today. Lira turned to him sharply. That's easy for you to say. A flicker of pain crossed his face. Yes, he admitted. It is. That honesty unsettled her more than any secret. The oracle walked toward the throne. And yet, he said, you will. He stopped just before it. Then looked back at her. The throne does not choose the strongest, he said. It chooses the one it can survive through. Lyra's breath caught. That's not a choice. No, he agreed. It is a test. The citadel shook violently. Cracks of black light spread across the ceiling like veins. Something massive moved above them, something that did not belong in any sky. Kale's voice dropped. He's here. The oracle closed his eyes briefly. So the final threshold breaks early. Lira stepped back instinctively. I don't understand, who is he? The oracle opened his eyes again. And for the first time, there was no calculation in them. Only urgency. The Hollow King is not just a ruler, he said. He is what remains when a throne rejects its queen. The air turned heavy. Suffocating. Kale turned toward Lira fully now. This is why I was made, he said quietly. To stop that from happening. Lyra's voice shook. By killing me. A pause. Then. Yes, Kale said. But softer, almost breaking. And I still don't know if I can. The citadel ceiling shattered. Night poured inside like a flood. And through the opening above, a shadowed crown descended slowly toward them. Wearing itself. Choosing its next queen.